Yo, what's good, Double Clutch Nation? It's your boy White Ghost, and the trade deadline ended on Thursday at 3 p.m. I know it's a Sunday, but stick with me. I had to do some research. I wanted all the trades to close out. I wanted to know what's going on. I put together some notes. I graded every team that participated. We had participation from 28 out of the 30 teams as far as I was able to record. Some more than others, obviously, but I'm going to give each team that I talk about a grade on their trade deadline. The moves they made. I'm going to explain what they got in and what they got out. These notes took me like a day because, I'm not the best, I'm doing my best, though. If you love basketball, I hope you love me, and I hope you love the video. Speaking of love the video, like the video, and let's get into it. The first team we are going to talk about, and this is in no specific order, is the Phoenix Suns. During this deadline, all the Phoenix Suns gave up was Nick Richards and Nigel Hayes-Davis. Yes, I'm reading notes. And what they got back was from the Milwaukee Bucks, and it was Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey. Now, hear me out. That's a return. So I looked into Nigel Hayes-Davis because I'm going to be honest, I didn't know much about him. He's probably going to be waived. I think he's 31 years old, never averaged more than 3 points. Nigel Hayes-Davis is not the guy. Nick Richards is great. I've been a Nick Richards fan for a while. I liked him when he was in Charlotte, but he's had some down years. So, not a lot of return there in my opinion. And I believe Nick Richards ended up going to the Bulls. But they get in Cole Anthony, who I'm a Magic fan. I was high on Cole Anthony. Yes, he's not who I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be like a 20-point-per-game scorer one day. But he's a solid punch. And that team is actually some dogs over in Phoenix. I think Cole's going to fit right in. So I'm very excited about that. And then I actually watched the Suns game where Amir Coffey played. And he did pretty good. They got two good assets. They give up two guys that I don't think they're too concerned about. And so I gave the Suns a B+, which honestly, this could be an A. It's just they could have made a bigger move. But honestly, I love the moves they made. And the two guys they got in for what they put out is amazing. So congratulations to Phoenix. Also, if your teams made any trades, if you're a Phoenix Suns fan, let me know if I'm tripping. Maybe you guys are pissed that you got rid of Nick Richards. I don't know. But as far as I can tell, Suns won the deadline. Good shit. Next team we're going to talk about is the Sacramento Kings. They got in DeAndre Hunter, and they gave out Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder, and 2 second-round picks. The Kings, man, they're butt cheeks. What can I say? You guys have, no assets. I can't be mad that you didn't trade Zach LaVine, but I can. All right? But you guys have, such a rough-looking future. You guys got Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis, which I know y'all were trying to flip Sabonis, I believe, and no deal got done, which happened with a lot of players. I'm pretty upset that Ja and Giannis didn't get traded. I love you, Giannis. I hope you love Milwaukee. I'm not mad at it. I want to see you compete, so hopefully you guys at least get the plan. The Kings, man, just have such a concerning-looking future. They're going to need to do a lot in the draft, and so giving up 2 second-round picks, I know they're second-round picks, and there's not a lot of value in that, especially for me. If it's an early second-round pick, which is Sacramento, so if either of these picks belong to them, it'll probably be an early second-round pick. DeAndre Hunter is a good guy. He's a good player. Keon Ellis, they weren't using. I'm so glad that they freed him because, god damn it, I like Keon Ellis. He's going to do great things for the Cavaliers. And Dennis Schroeder, he's a high-impact player. The Pistons loved Dennis Schroeder when he was on their team last year. He was a big part of the reason that the culture changed and they started to win games. And so I think the Cavs got a great deal out of this, giving up DeAndre Hunter, who's actually having a pretty down year, and then he gets a chance to flourish over in Sacramento. So I do like that they're giving an opportunity to the man. I do like DeAndre Hunter. But for them, honestly, not too happy about this deal. It's not a bad deal. It just doesn't really do much, and you give up 2 players that help the Cavs a lot more than I think DeAndre Hunter helps you. I give the Kings a C-. I'm not too mad at it. It's just kind of an average deal. Next up, we have the Trailblazers, and they didn't do a lot. They got Vic Krejci, which I like him a lot. He's a sniper from the Hawks. I shoot threes, and I say Vic Krejci at the park. I'm a fan of the man. He's not that crazy, though. And then they traded out Duop Reef, who got released by the Hawks, and 2 second-round picks. So you basically only give up 2 second-round picks. I am a Duop Reef fan. He's from LSU. Fan of the guy. I wish him luck. I hope a team signs him. He probably gonna be in the G League for a little bit. I guess Vic Krejci's cool. It don't really move the needle much. It's not a crazy deal. We don't gotta talk about it too much. I like him. I hope he comes off the bench and produces. I give the Trailblazers a C. Next up, we have the Pistons, a team that I thought was gonna make a bigger move, and instead what they did was they got in Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, and a first-round pick swap, which cool on the Pistons for going and get a pick. And Kevin Huerter can produce off the bench. He kind of, this year has had kind of a down year, but he can definitely be a guy. I thought they were gonna make a bigger deal because because they're a team that's trying to compete, especially in an open East. So I expected the Pistons to go and make a bigger deal. So I'm kind of disappointed that all they got was Kevin Huerter to add to this team. I know they have Dario Saric, but like, come on now, is he really a NBA player in the current year of 2026? I don't really know. And then obviously they go out on Jaden Ivey, who they've been kind of not really sold on since they got him. He's never really gotten consistent minutes, and so in and out of the lineup. He's a great player, great talent. He has had flashes of success, but it's kind of like a Kuminga situation where it's just not something that it feels like it lined up with the Pistons. So him going out to the Chicago Bulls makes a lot of sense, because why? I hate when teams take a talented player and then like slowly just push them down. I know everybody can't fit in the lineup when you have prospects like Cade coming up and everybody's doing good, and so somebody has to lose some minutes. But Jaden Ivey's too talented to rot on a bench, and so we have Jaden Ivey going over to Chicago. Happy for him. Not really happy about it what the Pistons did here. They get a protected swap for a first round. That's cool. I give this Pistons a C-. I expected a bigger deal from them, and they kind of did disappoint for this trade deadline. After that, we have my Orlando Magic. What are we doing? What are we doing? I know I'm a fan of the team, so I'm more critical. Only thing that happened was we got in cash. We got in cash and we gave up Tyus Jones. Yes, Tyus Jones has been disappointing, but guys, we don't want to compete? Why didn't we go get a name? Ja Morant was out there. I know that doesn't fix everything. I know we don't shoot the best, so everyone's like, oh, if the Magic got Ja Morant, they're going to have more of a shooting No, man. We get a creator. We get someone who has a reason to prove himself. I wanted the Magic to get Ja Morant so much, and I didn't think it was going to happen, but like, god damn it, all we did was get rid of Tyus Jones, who's had a terrible year, so I guess that's fine. He got waived, I'm pretty sure, but we get rid of Tyus Jones and get what? Cash? I give my Magic an F. Pissed me off, bro. Then we have the Thunder, and this was great. The Thunder are like the top contender, the favorite to win the chip. They've looked good all year. They looked really good early in the year. Less good more recently, but they've been dealing with some injuries, so I can't be too mad at it. They go and get a guy who's going to help them out because they've been struggling with shooting all year. They went and got Jared McCain, y'all. I'm a big Jared McCain fan. I don't have my nails done, but I fuck with a boy, and he definitely fits what this team is doing. They also got Mason Plumlee, who they already released. He's just kind of freeing up a roster spot for them. Give up Ousmane Dieng, who wasn't really developing. I'm not too sure they care about that too much. They also gave up 4 second-round picks and a 2026 first, which, like, if that first belongs to the Thunder, then you're chilling, bro. That's the 30th pick. We're cool. We already have so much talent. We need to get more talent in to win now, and that's what this trade does. Jared McCain, I've seen a lot of posts recently that are like 50-50 on it. Yes, he's had a rough year, so you're like, well, is Jared McCain really going to produce for the Thunder? And then I've seen other posts that are like, the Clippers traded SGA. The Clippers traded SGA, y'all, and look what he turned into. Other trades I saw was Victor Oladipo got traded to the Pacers. Man, Domantas Sabonis got traded, I think, also from the Pacers. And he was from the Thunder, then to the Pacers, then to the Kings. And it's just like, you see a lot of these younger dudes who's kind of having an off year or not really bought it yet get traded young. You're selling kind of high, the Sixers are. And so now they have the chance to develop a guy, which they have a great development team. We've seen it. They draft amazing. They develop talent amazing. We have Jared McCain, who fits this team's culture. He's going to come in off the bench, and I think he's going to produce. I'm so proud of the Thunder for this trade. I give the Thunder an A. They cooked. I don't care if they gave up 4 second-round picks and a first, because guess what? They already have so much talent. They already have so much draft capital. This helps out the team right now, and I am so excited to see how Jared McCain does alongside the rest of the guys over on the Thunder. Then we have the Nuggets. They didn't do too much. They gave up Hunter Tyson and a 2032 second-round pick, and they get in a 2026 second-round pick from the Brooklyn Nets, which will probably be a pretty high pick. I'm happy about it. The Nuggets did a good job. They gave up a guy who was a second-round pick, hasn't really produced, couple years into his career, and they get back a second-round pick to work with for this year that should be kind of early 30s. Happy for him. That's a good trade. It's nothing crazy, so I did give them a C, because it's not like they really made anything happen, and it's not going to help them win this year or probably ever, unless they really do good with their second-round pick. Wishing them luck. And they move up their 2032 into a 2026 second. That's kind of close to the first round, so good for them. Nuggets, good job. The Nets then get in Hunter Tyson a second round pick, which we just talked about, Josh Minott, Ochai Abachi from the Raptors, which is a pretty good return. We're going to talk about it, but they go out a 2026 second round pick to the Nuggets, a 2032 second round pick, and then draft rights to a guy who's just going to get released. I don't think he's ever played. His name is Vanja Marinovic. I didn't pronounce that right. I apologize. I'm sure you're a great hooper, but you're not what's important to me on this. The Nets did good. Technically, they flipped 2 second round picks, got in some serviceable players. They're going to try to maybe work with Hunter Tyson a little bit, see if he can be anything. They have Ochai Abachi, who I'm a fan of, 3-and-D guy, had a down year, hasn't really turned into much, but I always thought he was going to be decent, kind of not been so far. Definitely having a rough year, but I believe in him. I hope the Nets unlock something in him to make him be a serviceable role player, maybe a good man off the bench. I still believe in Ochai Abachi. Then we have Josh Minott from the Celtics, hooper. Once again, one of those things where we're going to have to try to unlock his potential. Not really a ton of potential, but it's something to work with. I'm proud of the Nets for the deals they made. They didn't do nothing crazy either, but I think they made some good moves around. Get rid of some second round picks, get in some young players that you can kind of see if they have anything left. If not, it's not too much of a loss. I'm giving the Nets a C+. They did a good job. The Lakers finally go out on Gabe Vincent, and they have to give up a second round pick to get rid of his ass and get in a elite shooter in Luke Kennard. Yes, his attempts are down. I think he's only averaging like 3 attempts, but it's on like 50% shooting from 3. Luke Kennard is a sniper. I hope the Lakers get a lot out of him. Luka Doncic's gravity is just going to really give him a chance to, I think, spray some shots. And so it helps them win now, because we all know how much the Lakers love Gabe Vincent. They don't. And you get a guy who can snipe. I think Luke Kennard is definitely going to do great in the Lakers system. I expect him to have a better year than he's had with Atlanta. Yes, he's had an okay year, but he's just not shooting the shots. JJ Redick going to get him to shoot those shots. And so I'm happy for the Lakers. They made a good move. They get rid of Gabe Vincent, and they didn't blow up their team. Like every trade deadline, there's tons of rumors. They always do something crazy, not stupid, but they always make crazy moves. And so I'm proud of them for sticking with the team and just adding a good piece to try and get further on into like contending out west. I don't think this pushes the needle or anything, but I think it's definitely a better player for them than Gabe Vincent, and I expect Luke Kennard to produce for the Lakers. So I gave the Lakers a B+. Then we have the Raptors. The Raptors get in Chris Paul, who they waived, and Trayce Jackson-Davis to help out with some of their play at the big. Jakob Poeltl's been hurt with a back injury. They don't have a lot of bigs. Colin Murray-Boyle is great as a rookie. I'm very proud of him. It's not like Trayce Jackson-Davis is going to be starting or anything, but it is a player that is going to help out some of their size. They definitely have struggled all year with keeping their bigs out on the floor, and so I'm happy about them getting him in, but he doesn't really have a ton of value, obviously. Quentin Post was getting more run than him. He kind of fell out of the Warriors' rotation. He's had some down years, and so it's not like Trayce Jackson-Davis is a piece, but it's cool. And then they go out Ochai Abachi, which I'm a fan of, but they weren't really using him. A 2032 second-round pick and another second-round pick, and it's just like the Raptors should have made a bigger move, I feel, especially with how open the East is. I wanted to see more out of them. Really, the only asset you bring in is Trayce Jackson-Davis. You get rid of 2 seconds, which isn't too crazy, and then Ochai Abachi to the net. This is the moves we made. Release Chris Paul, because I don't blame you. He probably don't even want to play for Toronto. He wants to be in LA, so it is what it is. But it's just like, damn, the Raptors kind of fumbled that shit, and so I give him a D. I'm not happy about this trade deadline for them, especially with how open the East is. This is the year to make moves, and it just seems like they couldn't get anything done. I don't know what really was going on with the office, but I guess I imagine they were in on Giannis, trying to talk that out, but nothing really worked out. I'm not happy about the trades they made. Losing Ochai Abachi, I think they could have done a lot better. A D for the Raptors feels right for me. The Pelicans get in Dalen Terry and 2 second-round picks and lose some culture, guys. We lose Jose Alvarado, Mr. GTA himself. Damn, y'all, that hurts. I'm a Pelicans fan. I'm a Zion fan. I watch a lot of their games. Jose Alvarado's a dog. He brings the energy. He brings nothing but hustle, and he's a good defender, even though he's an undersized guard. You give him to the Knicks, who are definitely going to appreciate that with Deuce McBride being out, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But Damn, bro, we lose Jose Alvarado. I imagine it's because they didn't want to pay him either. I believe his contract year is coming up, and they have a lot going on. They get in Dalen Terry, who they're releasing, and 2 second-round picks, and it's just like, okay, we just traded Jose Alvarado for 2 second-round picks. All right. I mean, we're not really doing much this season. I guess it's cool, but it's like, damn. I don't know. It's kind of sad to see him go. I give the Pelicans a C-. Like, it's not a crazy trade. It's not like it impacts that much. But it's just like, I don't know. I like Jose Alvarado a lot. And you don't really get much in. You get 2 second-round picks. Maybe they turn into, like, some sort of role player. Maybe you get a Nikola Jokic. And now I look stupid. We just traded Jose Alvarado for a Nikola Jokic in the second round. Cool. We'll see. But right now, I think they lost this trade, and so it's a C-. The Knicks, just told you we talk about them. They get Jose Alvarado, give up Gerson Yabusele and 2 second-round picks. Goodbye, Gerson. They regretted that deal that they made with him. So get him out. Cool. We also have to give up 2 second-round picks to the Pelicans. Whatever. Not too worried about that. And we get in Jose Alvarado, who's going to help out their guard play right now. Obviously, Jalen Brunson has one of the worst defensive ratings in the league. And so it's just like, yeah, let's go get some defense. I know it's another undersized guard, and Deuce McBride's hurt, so that doesn't help them either. But this is going to help them get through the period that Deuce McBride's out. And then even when he comes back, I'm sure Jose is still going to get some reps. He's still going to help this team, and it's going to be a good energy guy for the playoffs. I love what the Knicks did here. I gave them a B. Next up is the Bucks. They get in Nigel Hayes-Davis and Ousmane Dieng, who got traded like 4 times during this deadline, but he landed with the Bucks. And they go out Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey. This is the deal they made with the Suns. And it's just like, oh my God. No Giannis deal. You don't bring any help. You don't bring in Ja Morant. I'm still pissed about Ja and Giannis. This is ridiculous. But, dude, what the hell? What are the Bucks doing? Fire Doc Rivers. Fire your GM, bro. Fire everybody at this point. This is an F. This is an F. You give up 2 serviceable players. Give up your depth. Give up your depth. I know Cole Anthony hasn't been that guy for you. I know Amir Coffey hasn't done shit. But God damn it, they have talent. And you get in Nigel Hayes-Davis and Ousmane Dieng. And I'm sorry, Ousmane. Maybe you just didn't have enough reps with the Thunder. But I'm not a believer. And apparently like 3 other teams aren't either because they flipped your ass. The Bucks did terrible. Do you see this jersey? I love Giannis. I like the Bucks. But what are we doing? What are we doing? Couldn't even... I'm going to keep it a buck. Miles Turner been disappointing. Kyle Kuzma, disappointing. I watch a lot of Bucks games. The only person I think that was hold onable, if you're going to keep Giannis, is fucking Ryan Rollins at this point. That's the only other good player they got that I'm like, yes, stick with Ryan Rollins. And I don't know if it's just because they couldn't get any other good deals done. But god damn it, why do you make this deal? Why do you get rid of a guy like Cole Anthony? I'm a big Cole Anthony guy. Why do you get rid of Cole Anthony off the bench? And Amir Coffey, 2 guards for a guy you're not going to use, and Ousmane Dieng, who's proved nothing so far. Terrible, 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 terrible. Bucks get an F. Next up is the Celtics. They get in a 2030 second round pick, Nikola Vucevic, and a 2027 second round pick. Going out is Josh Minott, Xavier Tillman, Anthony Simons, and a second round pick. I think Anthony Simons going off this team isn't a huge deal. Yes, he's a great punch off the bench, but he's not a plus defender. He's actually a liability. This team needs all the defense they can get. He hasn't been the best for them. He's had his flashes, though, don't get me wrong. And he's going over to Chicago, where I'm sure he's going to get a lot more opportunity, even though their guards are insane, and we will talk about that. Obviously, you get rid of Xavier Tillman, who's been kind of butt for the Celtics. He's cool off the bench, but like realistically, he's probably underperformed what they wanted when they got him. And then Josh Minott, who's a younger guy, not really too upset about that. You get in some big play to help Nikola Vucevic, who has had a good year for the Bulls, kind of a renaissance. And so I expect the Celtics to be better, man. Like, they also got 2 second round picks, and they ship out 2 second round picks. So let's just focus on the players they gave up. Anthony Simons, Xavier Tillman, Josh Minott. You get in Nikola Vucevic. For what they're doing and how they're trying to compete and how good they've been this year, getting rid of Anthony Simons, who I don't think is going to help them too much in the playoffs, and getting in a guy like Vucevic, who has some experience, who's a veteran, who can hit some shots and play some good basketball, man. He was doing really good for the Bulls this year. I'm happy about it. I'm actually really happy about it. I think a lot of Celtics fans are too. My guy Trey that I talk to all the time, he is a Celtics fan. I know he's sad to see Anthony Simons go, but I think he's happy to have Vuk there, Vucci man. And so yeah, I give the Celtics a C+. I'm happy about the deal they made. Next up is the Warriors. A 2026 second round pick comes in, Kristaps Porzingis comes in, and you go out on Trayce Jackson-Davis, Jonathan Kuminga, and Buddy Hield. Steph Curry has no help. Kristaps is hurt right now. I know he gonna come back. This doesn't do shit for them. They should have traded Draymond. They should have blown this shit up. I'm done with the Warriors, bro. Getting rid of Buddy Hield. This is disgusting. Why? I get it. Jonathan Kuminga had to go. The cum bucket had to go. Because clearly him and Steve Kerr just don't get along. I'm excited to see if he becomes a real NBA player, like a real, because he has potential, a real guy over in Atlanta. Atlanta got a steal on his potential. Kristaps has not been working out for Atlanta. He does not fit their timeline, I don't believe. And so getting rid of him for an asset like Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield helps out big time. Buddy off that bench is going to spark shit. I love what the Hawks did here. I hate what the Warriors did here. Kristaps is going to help them too much. The second round pick's cool. And so I gave the Warriors a D, bro. This shit's ass. I'm sorry. Kristaps doesn't move the needle for me. It's not the move to make. You're paying Jimmy Butler like $60 million. You have Steph Curry. You have Draymond Green, who needs to be gone. And you have now Kristaps Porzingis, who's always injured. And it's just like, what are we doing? The Warriors are so disappointing. And so we move on to the Hawks. The Hawks get in Jonathan Kuminga, Buddy Hield, CJ McCollum, who's been hooping for them, Corey Kispert, yes, I'm including the Trae Young deal, Duop Reef, who they waive, Jock Landale, who we're going to talk about, and then Gabe Vincent and 3 second-round picks. All they go out is Trae Young, who they had to get rid of, Vic Krejci, and Luke Kennard. Cool. Oh, and they get rid of Kristaps. I forgot to write that down, but obviously we just talked about it. They get rid of Kristaps and another second-round pick, and it's like, okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Jonathan Kuminga is a great person to get. You get to test his value, put him alongside Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson's a dog. Buddy Hield, great off the bench. Gonna help. CJ McCollum, been hooping off the bench. Gonna help. Corey Kispert, doing way better with the Hawks than he did with the Wizards. Happy about that. Duop Reef, waived. They got in a lot of guys. They got to waive somebody. Gabe Vincent ain't helping. You get in 3 second-round picks, which is going to help out your draft capital. And then Jock Landale, guys, let's talk about it. First game with the Hawks, I was watching this shit. Hit a big shot in the fourth quarter, had 26 points and 5 threes in his first game with the Hawks. The Hawks finessed y'all, man. The Hawks finessed everybody. I'm giving the Hawks an A for this deadline. Going out on Kristaps Porzingis ain't shit, bro. We ain't lose shit, bro. He's been nothing but disappointing. He's been hurt, and when he plays, he's okay. But it's like he's not fitting what the Hawks are doing. The Hawks also have the Pelicans pick. Their GM's been cooking. The Hawks get an A from me, bro. The Hawks get an A. That shit was gas. W trade deadline. Hawks fans should be so happy. If you are a Hawks fan, let me know if I'm tripping. But if I was you, I'd be happy. Jonathan Kuminga is going to get a real chance. You get to see if you have something, and then if you don't, ship his ass out. What did you lose? You still get Buddy Hield off the bench, one of the best 3-point shooters in NBA history. Fight me on that. Fight me on that. Alright? I'm cool with this. You guys got nothing but hoopers. And what do you go out? Trae Young, who had to go anyways, negative defender. His time in Atlanta was done. He goes to the Wizards. Vic Krejci, cool off the bench. I'm glad y'all got Buddy Hield. Because I'm going to keep it a buck. Vic Krejci's cool. Buddy Hield's better. We got CJ McCollum. He's better. Corey Kispert's been better. Like, the Hawks just finessed everybody. Luke Kennard wasn't even shooting threes. The Lakers are going to give him an opportunity, but goddamn, Luke Kennard wasn't even getting up his reps. He had good percentage. He ain't getting up reps. A+, fuck it. A+. Hawks absolutely cooked. Next up, we have the Hornets. Malachi Branham, Kobe White, Mike Conley, and 3 second-round picks, and they go out Mason Plumlee, Colin Sexton, and 4 second-round picks. Guys, I'm so happy for the Hornets. Kobe White is going to be a great player for this team. He's shown what he can do with the Bulls. He is a great man to have off the bench, which is, I imagine, where they're going to be bringing him off. And he is going to provide such a spark for this team. I think he fits right in. They've been doing so good recently. I believe they're on an 8-game winning streak, and I imagine they will continue that tonight. When I'm making this video, they play tonight. I'm not sure if they play tomorrow. I'm releasing it tomorrow. But, yeah, no. Kobe White, man. I'm so happy for them. They get rid of Colin Sexton, which is like, okay, but I think Kobe White produces much more than Colin Sexton and has way more upside. You get in 3 second-round picks, ship out 4 second-round picks. They made the right moves for a team that's absolutely killing it right now. This move makes me so happy for them. Yes, you lose Young Bull to the Bulls. I talked to my friend about this, and he was like, yeah, but Colin Sexton's not much worse than Kobe White. And I told him, you're tripping, bro. Kobe White is way better than Colin Sexton, has way more upside. Where the Hornets got an absolute steal, and I'm giving them a B on this trade deadline. Our next team to talk about is the Minnesota Timberwolves, who were in on Giannis. They were trying what they could, and that fell through, but they still turn it around and win with a trade for Ayo Dosunmu and Julian Phillips. Ayo is a dog. This helps them out so much. They go on from Mike Conley at the point guard. They were playing Dante DiVincenzo and Ant as their 2 starting guards. You move on from 38-year-old Mike Conley and go into Ayo Dosunmu, who's a fucking dog, y'all. He busts teams down, bro. I just watched him cook the Heat in the 4th quarter of a game that the Bulls didn't even want to win. And he just did his thing. We love Ayo. The Timberwolves are going to love Ayo. He's going to be great for the... I guarantee you the fan base is going to be huge fans. They go out Mike Conley, Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, 2026 first protected swap, and 4 second rounds. Yes, you give up some draft capital, but I'm proud of the Timberwolves for trying to win now. Ayo's a great player. He's going to help them off in the playoffs, and I believe Ant is going to love him as well. Yes, you get rid of a young guy like Rob Dillingham. That's the only thing I really feel like is going to be 50-50, but Rob wasn't a player they were going to win with now. Rob doesn't play great defense. Rob's still a little bit, shoddy with his selection of shots. And so, honestly, the Timberwolves cook. I give him an A-. Ayo's great, man. I think y'all are going to be surprised. If y'all don't know his game, you're going to know his game. I'm going with it now. Ayo's going to be a great guard for this Timberwolves team, and I'm so proud of this move that they made, despite Giannis not getting traded. A- for the Timberwolves. Next up, we got the Clippers, who get in Darius Garland, the draft rights to a guy they're not going to sign in Banja Marjanovic. I think we talked about him earlier. He must have got flipped. His draft rights must have got flipped twice. Anyways, Bennedict Mathurin comes in for the Clippers. Isaiah Jackson, a 2026 first-round pick from the Pacers, but it is protected 1 through 4 and 10 through 30. So if it's not a 5 through 10 spot, I believe they don't get this pick, and it turns into a 2031, a 2029 first and 2 second-round picks, and they go out James Harden, Ivica Zubac, Chris Paul, and Kobe Brown. Kobe Brown I am a fan of. He's like a third-year player. He's never really done too much, but I hope that the Pacers get to unlock something in him. Yes, obviously you're getting rid of 2 all-star quality players in James Harden and Ivica Zubac. I kind of wish they traded Kawhi Leonard just so that they could have completely reset. Though they don't have the rights to their pick this year. Obviously, that goes to the Thunder, so I don't blame them. We don't want to give the Thunder a top pick, but getting in Darius Garland, 10 years younger than James Harden, an absolute dog. Yes, he has injury problems, but I think that's a great piece to bring in. Bennedict Mathurin, another guy, didn't really fit the Pacers' timeline. He's going to ask for money, but he has a lot of potential. I remember his rookie year, he said he's better than Bron, and ever since then, I've been a fan of him. He can definitely get a bucket. Isaiah Jackson's cool, get some blocks, shoot some shots. He's all right, and you get some good draft capital. The Clippers did a really good job, in my opinion. I give them a B+ for this trade deadline. They got in a lot of talent. I would have liked to see them trade Kawhi just to fully blow it up, but I believe they could put that decision in his hands. He wants to stay till the summer, then they'll probably shop him. And so, honestly, I'm proud of the Clippers. They did a good job. They flipped their assets well, and honestly, James Harden, either he wanted out or he didn't. I saw mixed reports about that, but you're not losing too much. This was not a season you were going to win. And so I think heading towards the reset is great for them. The Cavaliers, on the opposing side of this James Harden trade, they get in Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder, Emmanuel Miller, and James Harden, and go out DeAndre Hunter, Darius Garland, Lonzo Ball, 3 second-round picks. All right, so I'm not a fan of this Darius Garland, James Harden trade. Everyone's like, the Cavs are now the favorite to go out the East. I don't think James Harden does that much different for them. Yes, he's more available, but he's 36 years old. How do we know a hamstring's not going to go out? Harden is a historic playoff underperformer, and he has never been able to get it done. So why do we think he goes to the Cavs and gets it done? Yes, I know he's super talented. Yes, I know he's James Harden. He can cook. He's a great distributor. He's going to help out Donovan Mitchell. He's going to take some pressure off of these guys. Evan Mobley might get some better looks with James Harden operating. So it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It is cool, and I'm just a hater. Less so high on the James Harden trade. I am super high on what they did to get Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder. Those guys are going to be great off the bench for them. more distributing from Dennis Schroeder. Keon Ellis is a great two-way player. And so now the Cavs get to try and give opportunity to a guy like Keon Ellis, who Sacramento is locking down. Dennis Schroeder, we've seen what he can do for winning basketball. And so it's just like, I love what the Cavs did here. They definitely cleaned up their team. They go out on Lonzo Ball, who was one of the most inefficient players coming back from injury. His field goal percentage, I believe, was like the worst out of everybody. DeAndre Hunter had a down year. Didn't do as much as they were hoping for, I don't think. And he is a good player, but they ship him out. And then Darius Garland, they want to win now. They could have won now with Darius Garland, in my opinion. But I'm not mad at them for moving him for James Harden. I gave the Cavs an A for their trade deadline. I think they cooked. I'm not a fan of James Harden. I don't think he does as much as the media is making it seem, but the Cavs did cook for the trade deadline. I give them an A. Next up is the Pacers, who got in Ivica Zubac and Kobe Brown and went out on Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, 2026 first-round pick, projected 1 through 4 and 10 through 30. So they lose this pick if it goes to 5 through 9 to the Clippers. If not, it's a 2031 pick, and if they get that top 4 pick, they won this deal so bad. They won this deal crazy. A 2029 first that also goes to the Clippers and a 2028 second-round pick to the Clippers. They made one trade, and it was great. Tyrese Halliburton comes back next year. You have Ivica Zubac, who can get, acclimated with the team. Pascal Siakam. This team is going to be cold-blooded next year. And they can try and now lose every game because they know they need that top 4 pick. Yes, the lottery is going to go however it goes. But if they get a top 4 pick, they cooked on that deal. GM deserves something great. A little bonus, I give the Pacers an A. I'm proud of them. This helps them compete more next year. They lost Miles Turner. They get in Zubac, which honestly right now it's looking like Zubac's better than Turner for sure. So Tyrese better be happy, better be excited to get back, and I'm excited to see them next year. Grade A for the Pacers. Going on to the Bulls. The Bulls were the most active team in the trade deadline. They get in 7 second-round picks. Mike Conley, Jaden Ivey, Nick Richards, Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, Anthony Simons. I believe they did ship out Leonard Miller. But they go out on Kobe White, Emmanuel Miller, Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, Dalen Terry, Ayo Dosunmu, Julian Phillips, Nikola Vukovic, and 1 second-round pick. So you get a surplus 6 extra second-round picks. What are we doing with second-round picks? You couldn't get a first for Vukovic, Kobe White, Ayo. Nobody would give you a first? I'm sorry, but I feel like the Bulls lost every single trade they made. Yeah, they got a bunch of guards now, and Nick Richards, I imagine, is going to get some playing time because who else is their bigs? But yeah, you get Anthony Simons to cook, Rob Dillingham to cook, Jaden Ivey to cook, Mike Conley's released, and I heard going back to the Timberwolves, so that means the Timberwolves absolutely finessed. But yeah, no, what the hell are we talking about right now? Like, Rob Dillingham, I like him. I wish him the best. He's going to be buried in the Bulls rotation. They got how many guards? How many guards? Josh Giddey's still on the team. What are we doing? We got too many players that play the same position, and we're just gonna see, like, it's like throwing noodles at a wall. Y'all cook spaghetti, throw the goddamn noodle at the wall. Is it gonna stick? How many noodles are we gonna throw at the wall? How many noodles are we gonna throw at the wall? This is terrible. Anthony Simons is not that guy for you. I get it. He did good in his first game. Jaden Ivey also looked good in his first game. All these guards are talented. Don't get me wrong, but what are we doing? You want to lose games. You get in 7 second-round picks. Get a first. Get 1 first. 1 first makes me happy. 7 second-round picks. What are we doing? The Bulls are ass. F-. Worse. I'm sorry. I don't know how you feel as a Bulls fan, but I looked at all these trades and I said, y'all got finessed. Y'all got finessed. Y'all got finessed. Y'all got finessed. Colin Sexton comes in too. I forgot to put that down. That don't do shit for you. I'm sorry. I had a discussion with my friend about this. He said Colin Sexton and Kobe White aren't that different. Yes, they are. The Bulls are ass. They did ass. This is ass. I'm so upset. The Grizzlies are next. They get in Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Jordan Niang, Eric Gordon, 3 first-round picks. They go out Jock Landale, who's cooking for the Hawks, John Conchar, Vince Williams, Jaren Jackson Jr., 1 second-round pick, and draft rights to Jessup, who's probably gonna be nothing, you know. Walter Clayton Jr. I am a fan of. I hope he develops. He's a smaller guard, but he's gonna get a chance in Memphis, and that's what we need. Taylor Hendricks, I was high on, love it. Okay, I know he hasn't been shit yet, but I'm hoping Memphis brings something out of him. Eric Gordon don't really push the needle for me too much. 3 first-round picks in is a dub, and they go out on Jaren Jackson, John Conchar. They should have went out on Ja. Vince Williams Jr., I think is better than some people realize, and they're gonna learn that. But we're cooking, okay? I know people were mad because Jaren Jackson, they thought they could get a better return. This is the best return you can get. Memphis is doing the right thing here, in my opinion. I like this trade for them. They go ahead and get a guy like Walter Clayton, like Taylor Hendricks, and some picks to work with in the future, which I believe they draft pretty good. I've liked most of the drafts they've done. So, yeah, I'm proud of what Memphis has done here. I hope Walter Clayton develops for them. I hope that Taylor Hendricks develops for them. I wish they would have traded Ja, but definitely a W move for the rebuild, and I gave the Grizzlies a B. Next up, we got the Jazz. They get in John Conchar, Vince Williams, Jaren Jackson Jr., Lonzo Ball, who I believe they released, and 2 second-round picks. And they go out Jock Landale, Walter Clayton, Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, and 3 first-round picks. I'm telling you right now, I think what they're trying to do is kind of like what the Cavs did when they had Lowry Markkanen, where they had Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, and Lowry at small forward. Now we got Walker Kessler, Jaren Jackson, and Lowry. I love Jaren, don't get me wrong, but the motherfucker don't rebound. Lowry Markkanen does everything Jaren does better. So cool. We got a lot of size, except defend. I'm not sorry. Let me fix that. Lowry does not defend like Jaren does. But this is a cool one. I think the Jazz are definitely, trying to compete next year, and so this helps them do that. Yes, they get rid of some draft capital, but they have so much draft capital, and I believe only one of those were their picks. So honestly, Cook didn't give up too much of your own assets. Give up some young guys, but right now, if you're trying to win, you can go out on Walter Clayton. Keontae's been hooping. Taylor Hendricks, you're getting Jaren Jackson back. Taylor hasn't developed for you so far. I hope he develops in Memphis. But realistically, the Jazz did a good job. I think Vince Williams Jr. is going to be a surprising two-way player for y'all. John Conchar is kind of he gon' be off this team probably next year. But yeah, the Jazz get a B for me. I'm happy about this deal. I think they did a good job. I'm not too sure why they went this direction. I know why. I got to see how Jaren fits alongside Lowry and Walker. That's going to be the main thing. But I wish them the best, and I wish the Jazz the best. W trade, you guys get a B for me. Mavericks go ahead and get in Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Tyus Jones, Marvin Bagley. They go out they also get in a 2030 first round pick from the Warriors, 2026 first round pick from the Thunder, which is going to be the 30th pick, 3 second round picks, and they go out Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. They got finessed, y'all. You get in Chris Middleton. You realize this is Luka Doncic. Y'all are going out on Anthony Davis and D'Angelo Russell, not to mention Jaden Hardy, who's a fucking hooper. Okay? Just saying. And Dante Exum, who's been hurt, but when he was playing last year, he looked pretty good. Dude. I get it. Y'all getting a first, which is really like a second because it's a fucking 30th pick. Y'all better hit on that. The Warriors, 2030 pick. Okay, maybe it becomes something good. 3 second round picks, not too worried about that. Marvin Bagley, Tyus Jones, AJ Johnson, Chris Middleton. I guess y'all are just fully committing to being bad. Chris Middleton's an expiring deal, so you get some money to work with. Cool. Y'all got finessed, y'all. Like Luka Doncic. I know that's not what y'all want to worry about, but Luka Doncic, bro. Nico Harris is a fucking stain. A stain on the history of the Dallas Mavericks. Disgusting. And so I give the Mavericks a D. Your return for Anthony Davis is Chris Middleton. And a 30th pick for this year. And maybe a decent pick in 2030. Just let that sit. Gross. Y'all get a D from me. Shit's ass. And then our final team to talk about, y'all. We've made it 28 in. Also, the Heat are losers. The Heat should have made a deal. Y'all are losers for that shit. But the final team we need to talk about is the Wizards. Get in Trae Young, Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. Go out CJ McCollum, Corey Kispert, Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley, 2030 first round pick from the Warriors, 2026 first round pick from the Thunder, and 3 seconds. Wizards. Y'all got a direction, man. Alexander Sarr, Anthony Davis, Trae Young. All right, y'all go and get Jaden Hardy, who's a hooper. I think y'all are going to be very excited to see how he does over there. Y'all keep Keyshawn George. You keep all the pieces that you should have. And you go out A.J. Johnson, who's been traded like every year of his career. Guys, the Wizards are cooking. And they probably get a top 4 pick in this draft. They got a lot of pieces. But I'm so excited to see how they do. I've seen mixed opinions. People are like, don't be too crazy on the Wizards. Alexander Sarr is a piece, y'all. And now he has Trae Young at point guard, who, I'm sorry, but I think Trae Young's still a good point guard. Yes, he don't defend, but he going to help this team win some games, and he going to help Alexander Sarr flourish. He going to help Anthony Davis flourish. We got Keyshawn George, who's an absolute hooper. Whoever they pick in the draft, the Wizards are cooking. WGM A+. Wizards won the trades of the season. Absolutely amazing. So proud of them. I think they're going to be I'm going to say it. I think they're going to be a top 5 seed in the East. Do I think it's going to be their time to win? No. Why? Because they don't have the experience yet with it. I know they got AD, but some of those other guys going to have to get their reps. It's going to be a rookie year for somebody good because the Wizards got a high-ass pick coming. And the Wizards are cooking, y'all. This is the most proud I've been of the Wizards maybe throughout my whole watching of basketball. Like, I was never a Bradley Beal believer. So when it was John Wall and Bradley Beal, cool. I took that team zero seriousness. John Wall was cool. Bradley Beal was mid. Fight me for it. Me and my friend always used to debate Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal. It was never a discussion to me, and it still isn't okay. Bradley Beal's not. I'm not a fan of Bradley Beal. Sorry, Bradley. I know you're catching strays. You have nothing to do with this video, but I'm so proud of the Wizards. They get an A++. Let me know how your team did. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Let me know if I'm educated. I did the best I could with my notes. I have been recording for now 50 minutes, so I'm going to try to edit this down, get it out to you guys for tomorrow, and I hope you all have good luck with the rest of the season. I am personally going to be rooting for my Magic, the Bucks to make a playoff push, the Pelicans to make a playoff push because they don't have a pick, but it's not going to happen. And the Thunder. I love the Thunder so much. I hope Jared McCain does great over there. I'm excited to see all the new guys get a chance. I'm proud of the Hawks. The Hawks were another team that I think won the deadline. And so, yeah, let me know how your team did. Let me know what you're expecting from your team for the season. Enjoy basketball. Enjoy Fugglers, which are these little funny things in the back. Yeah. I don't know. If you like basketball, I doubt you know what Fugglers are. But if you got that, then we locked in, twin. And most importantly, enjoy life. Until next time, stay blessed.